Okay, members, I'm so excited to give you this new moon in Sagittarius reading. And there's also 1212 portal energy that's coming through this. So this is just a cool reading that I'm excited to do today. I can't see the cards yet. They're all flipped over, but I have shuffled for the basically the overall energy, and you can look at it as the energy of a connection with someone or your connection within yourself, like the head and the heart. Those things are related, so you can look at it from either direction. Then I have the feminine energy, which is the energy of creation, emotion, receptivity, openness, inward energy. And then I have masculine energy, which is the energy of the mind, intellect, taking action, etc. And if it's hard for you to separate gender from masculine and feminine energy when I describe it, then you can think of it as simply matter. The mind projects these images, which become the matter around us in our environment, and energy, which is the feminine, the heart, the energy, what inspires everything to exist, like the vibration within everything, the energy that's within all things. So there's something vibrating, that's the masculine energy, the Shiva, and there's something causing the vibration, the source of the vibration, the inner meaning, and that's the feminine energy, the Shakti. Okay, let us begin. So I'm going to start by reading you from waywardinspiration.com. I just did a quick Google search looking for some new moon and Sag energy to best describe it to you. So I'm just going to read what it says, and then it has 4 journal prompts that I use to guide this reading. So this says, the new moon in Sagittarius only occurs when the sun sign is also in Sagittarius during the end of November and the beginning of December. This is typically the last new moon of the year and brings with it a great desire to grow, to journey within, and to explore our future dreams. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the biggest planet in our solar system and the symbol of heroic action. Jupiter energy encourages us to live life as it comes, flow with the tide, and to have faith in something which is greater than ourselves. The fiery sign of Sagittarius is expansive, free, and visionary. The Sagittarius new moon is all about planting the seeds of possibility while visualizing a bigger, brighter future. It is time to level up. And here are the 4 questions that I have posed for the overall connection between the matter and the energy, the head and the heart, the masculine and the feminine, and then for each component therein. What is my vision for the future? Where can I be more truthful to myself and to others? What secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? And how can I find more balance and harmony within myself? So I am going to be putting this reading up on YouTube today. So if you're watching this today and you're not a member, the reason why you're able to see this is because I'm sharing this reading to let people know what types of readings I will be offering on the membership. I am currently trying to offer at least 1 weekly reading, if not 2 weekly readings. And they are, because it's a smaller group, I just feel that they are just much more accurate, and it also gives me a little bit more privacy, and it ensures that the people that are coming in to receive the messages are at a point where they're ready to invest in themselves and learn and grow from the messages versus just listening to them and passively waiting for somebody to fulfill them and stuff. So it's helping me to help you discern at what stage you are in your journey, and which will increase the accuracy of my readings, hands down. Okay, so let us begin. I'm going to do the overall energy of the connection first. I was debating whether to save that last, but I'm thinking I'm going to go first. So overall, the energy of the connection, for lack of a better term, what is my vision for the future? So let's say this, what is the divine's vision for the future of this connection, head and heart, matter and energy between 2 people, however you want to view it? What is so the divine's not going to tell us. We've got the moon here. It's a secret. It's a mystery. Things are a little bit hidden here. Things are unknown. You're not really meant to know exactly what this vision, what the divine's vision for this future is. So there's some aspect of your connection where the mystery is important. But what I can tell you is that there is a deep emotional connection. Um, there, there's curiosity is something that's coming up. I can see the cards that came out towards for the end of the reading, and curiosity is a theme. And I'm seeing this wolf here that's curious, trying to find food, searching for something, looking for something. Okay. So the mystery of the connection is what keeps you curious. It's what keeps you, it encourages you to continue to keep going, keep looking, keep searching for truth, for meaning, for purpose, however, you want to call that. But it's a purposeful energy. And that may be a bit frustrating to you, actually, that there is this energy of it's purposefully mysterious because you're like, I just want to know, okay? So the divine isn't really going to share the overall vision for the future. I think because also it's hidden deeply within you and it's something that you need to seek out. It's like your own inner knowledge about it. So it's like I'm being told not to incept you with that. That's your own truth. Okay. But where can you and your person, or both parts of yourself, your head and your heart, where can you be more truthful to yourself and to others? So overall, where can you be more truthful? Interestingly, this is reversed. I don't have reversals. Not expecting to see that. We have the Two of Pentacles here, and I'm seeing a resistance to changing something. You need to be more honest with yourself about how you're keeping yourself stuck in cycles or patterns, how you are having a difficult time making the necessary changes you need to make to be more balanced. I feel that you are often flowing between extremes, which is very, very tiring, very exhausting. And it's really, really important that you be more honest with yourself, that you say that you want certain things for yourself, for a relationship, for your finances, for your family, but what you're asking for requires rather change. It requires that you do things differently. And I think that's challenging for you. The next question is, what secret fears prevent you from living your most authentic life? So overall, what secret fears are preventing, and then remember, this is both people in the connection, because this is everybody, the whole connection, the whole thing. What secret fears? We have the five. Is this a secret? This is a secret? Are you kidding me? That's a secret, I guess. That we don't feel like we're enough? That's a secret? Okay. Five of Pentacles. I know you're going to just be so angry with me because you're definitely as convinced as I am that we have worked through our issues of not being good enough, but there are secret fears still here, that you aren't meant to have abundance, that you are not going to make it, that I keep saying to myself, I don't have what it takes. Okay. That's something that I frequently come back to as a fear that haunts me. I don't have what it takes to finish this. I don't have what it takes to accomplish it. Other people work harder than I'm willing to work, like those kinds of things. So there's still some fears regarding finances, perhaps, but not necessarily, just insecurities, something that gets in the way of you feeling really secure. And it might just be one thing is getting in the way. I'm getting a sense of that. So how can you find more balance and harmony within yourself? Another reversal in a deck that I haven't added reversals to. The Devil card in reverse. And the Devil card has really come up quite a lot for me recently, and I'm seeing it in the readings I'm doing. If you've missed some of the readings I've been doing, once you become a member, you have access to all of the readings I've posted. And they are timeless. They have significance for the energy when I post them, but that energy remains significant. So if you watch it at a different time, it's December 11th, 2:22 p.m. right now. So 1-2-1-1-2-2-2. Anyway, so you can go and watch those readings now, and they will likely still have significance and meaning for you, especially because they're pretty recent. It's been in the last couple of weeks. There may be information in there that will be helpful for you. So go check that out. But the devil card in reverse is about not being afraid. What I'm looking at right now, the moon card, the 5 of Pentacles, and the devil, this is just a lot of gunk, a lot of yucky stuff. The 2 reversals is showing me you're making a turnaround. There's generally a turnaround that's going on, but it might feel a little uncomfortable right now. And the divine is actually uncertain because of free will. The divine doesn't know how you're going to respond to this energy, because what it looks like is you have to stop doing something that you're doing. And it is something that you are doing over and over and over and over and over again. And you keep trying to do it expecting a different results, which we all know is the definition of insanity. And it makes you feel bad. It's probably an addiction, a habit. It can, in general, just be anxiety is still kind of really at play here for you. And it's wreaking havoc in the material manifestations that you're trying to create. I can see that you have dreams, and, it's like the divine wants to honor your dreams. But I'm also seeing that it's really pretty challenging for you to make the changes that you need to make. And mostly because I think you fear that if you it's like you fear both things. You fear if you do make the changes, you might not be able to maintain it, follow through with it, keep going. And you also fear that if you don't make the changes, you're never gonna ever get what you desire. So I feel there's a tumultuous energy there. That's the overall, and that's the mixture of the 2 sides playing against each other. Okay, so let's now break it down and say, okay, what is the heart space doing? What is the head space doing? I'm going to start with the head space first. So we're going to look at masculine energy first. What exactly are we thinking is our vision for the future? What is the masculine energy's vision for the future? Oh, Lord. So we have here the 9 of Lunga, the 9 of Swords. So right now you're really worried about the future. The masculine energy, you in general, you're worried about things not working out, broken dreams, broken fantasies. That's really worrying you, and you're kind of stuck in those thoughts of, I'm broken, I can't be fixed, this situation can't be fixed, I'm afraid to try to fix this, I'm afraid there's no way to. It's just your vision of the future is kind of torturing you too, because it's a beautiful one as well, and it seems like you might have broken it. Now, how do you feel about the vision for the future? What's the feminine energy's vision? We've got the 9 of Pentacles here. Okay, this is a go it alone energy. I'm better off alone because I'm afraid that. So that's for some, not everybody. For others, what we have is the mind is scared, but the heart feels like, what is meant to be will return to me. I've worked hard, and it's time for me to be rewarded. So even though my mind fears the worst, like I'm not going to get any of the things that I have created, my heart feels otherwise. I know that I've worked on myself. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to take care of myself when I'm worried, when I'm thinking about things that are blocking my success. I know what to do. I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad independent bitch. That's what I feel like. I feel like I have a lot to offer the world, and the world can see it. And if my mind can't figure that out, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Now, if we're going to look at this in terms of a connection with another person, the way that you might see this energy I just described play out is you yourself may feel like it's time for you to just be single and just honor your own, independence, and maybe be available for other options. And you might be a little worried or a little scared about that. Your person sees that you're in that energy, and they're worried and scared about how someone else can see how beautiful you are and potentially hurt you, break you, or that they've broken you too much that they're not allowed to come back, something like that. So that's how that energy. So when you see readings where other readers are interpreting the energy that I'm reading this way, and they're telling individual stories like that, keep in mind that all they're doing is storytelling about the energy, because I can tell any story from the cards, and that's why it will resonate with a lot of people. But there's an underlying deeper energy that's important, because if you can understand that and work with that, then you can get out of these repeating cycles and you can stop seeing the same things happening again and again. Okay, now we have where can I be more truthful to myself and to others? So now the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, also we had 9, and then we literally have 18, which is the Moon card. That was the overall energy. Now I have to stop and take a moment because that's fucking crazy. 9 plus 9 is 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. So this is 999, which is just kind of breathtaking. And it's the reason why the divine can't tell you what the overall vision is for the future is because you have to clean up all this garbage. Your mind right now is creating a lot of garbage that you need to sift through to get back to remembering who you are, this bad bitch that you feel you are. And the same thing is true for the person that you're focused on. In order for you guys to figure out where your future is going, that person has to stop worrying so much, clean up their garbage thinking, and feel the attachment not only to you, but also to feel like they deserve to be rewarded for their hard work. So you both have to be on that same page in order for the divine to be able to say what the overall vision is. And until you clear that up, the vision kind of is hidden. It's like we can't quite see. Your mind is preventing you from envisioning your future because you're worried instead of trusting your heart, which feels really secure in the Nine of Pentacles energy. But also the better off alone thing, which is a defense mechanism. It's coming from fear. So now, where can I be more truthful to myself and to others? Feminine energy, the energy of our heart. Sorry, first the head. I'm sorry. Need to do the head space first, the mind. What do we think about this? Where can we be more truthful to ourselves? What do we think? Oh my God. The fives are it's just crazy. Okay, so 5 of Wands. Internal struggle, being stuck, fighting against yourself, I'm hearing. So the masculine thinks, I need to be more honest with myself and recognize that there are definitely many other potential candidates that could take advantage of the divine feminine in this Nine of Pentacles energy. So the masculine is still fixed on, I have to compete. So I'm still getting a sense of comparing self to others. So you need to be more honest that the reason why you feel dissatisfied a lot in your life is because you're still comparing yourself to other people. Now, how do you truly feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel you can be more honest, truthful to yourself and to others? The Fool. All right. So we're playing a game here, a poker game. And the Fool card is about taking a risk. So your heart is saying, it's a bit risky how you act. I'm actually getting a sense that like betting all of your money on one outcome is a foolish thing to do. You should not act like you don't have competition when you do. When there are other contenders, you need to change the way that you're thinking about because you're risking a lot. You're risking a lot by staying in this pattern, by staying stuck. You're risking this new future. You're risking a new journey that would be really a lot of fun. So by resisting change, you're actually risking quite a lot. There's there's times when you have nothing to lose, but what you have to lose right now is time. And time is actually precious because we perceive it as so. So, as such. So, for the masculine energy, this is actually, I think, really good. The masculine realizes, I'm being foolish. I am really risking losing something I really desire. Allowing other people to come in and be the first people there, beat me to the punch, and I won't be able to create what it is that I've been working so hard to create. And it would be really dumb if I don't change how I'm doing things and figure out how to continue to create all of that abundance from the hard work I've been doing. So, wow, this is really resonating for me in terms of my work and my job, and trying to figure out, trying to like discipline myself into doing things that are more helpful for increasing, you know, sales, because I right now I live off of the sales of readings, one-on-one sessions with people, music production. I teach music lessons, and I need to change, you know, how I'm marketing, how I'm advertising, all of those kinds of things, or else I'm risking losing the business that I started to build so that I could have this independence, this financial independence. Okay, so those are my fears though. Remember, this is the mind. And what the divine is telling me is that I have to change that thought process. I have to change it from I'm going to lose everything. I'm whatever. I have to change it to I can't lose. If this business fails, let's make it the worst case scenario. Fails. Can't sustain it. Have to close my doors, whatever. What have I gained? I've gained knowledge. I've gained a lot of followers who are invested in my journey. I've gained perspective. I've gained, etc. Right? So you have to look at, it's not going to be a total loss. You have to take the poison out of that. You've gained so much. The other thing is you're really at a disservice to yourself when you're comparing your journey to anyone else's. Stop doing that. We have a lot of parallels in our lives, and there's a lot of things that we share. And if we didn't, we couldn't laugh at the same jokes. However, everybody's experience is completely unique. Nobody can truly understand your experience. What makes that person that you focus on so special is that they are a lot like you, very, very similar. And they actually can understand a lot of your experience. And that's why you feel connected to people like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're the best match in heaven, made in heaven. It does, however, mean that you're often safer to be triggered in that person's space, because they will be more likely to have an understanding of what's going on with you. Okay, so that's a side note. The next question is, what secret fears prevent me from living my most authentic life? So what do we think is the thing that's preventing us from living our most authentic life? Now, the universe already told us it's this Five of Pentacles. What do we think it is? The King of Cups. Okay. So our mind is convinced that our people-pleasing tendencies and probably an addiction, alcoholism, substance abuse, numbing behaviors, overindulgence, having to take care of a family, believing that, you know, in order for us to take care of our family, we have to kind of just skim the surface of our emotions and not really reveal them. And not feeling our feelings. So our mind actually thinks, I think one of the secret fears I have that's preventing me from living my most authentic life is being really too afraid to dive deeply into my feelings, is always just having to stay on the surface of my feelings. Your heart space, the feminine energy, feels what is the secret fear preventing her from living her most authentic life is the world. It's over. It's over. She fears it's done. Like, I don't have another shot. Like, things aren't going to change. My life is always going to be chaotic. So how interesting to pair that with the actual problem. So your mind thinks, well, I'm afraid of my feelings. I just need to please everybody. I don't want to cause conflict. Your heart thinks like, well, whatever it is that I truly want, it's over for me anyway. Like, I had my chance and, you know, it's done. It's complete. That cycle's ended. Nothing's going to happen here. And the true problem for both masculine and feminine energy is just that neither one of you feels good enough still. And that's a kicker, because we have done quite a lot of work. So that can feel frustrating to hear. I'm frustrated to say it. But that's what it looks like. And it looks like we're really far off in our feelings and our mind from what's really wrong. our heart is like, this is over for me, I'll never have this. Our head is like, this is because I just have to please everyone else, take care of everyone else, ignore what's really going on within me. And what's really happening is this, just that there is still this feeling of not being quite worthy to receive what you've asked for. Okay. So the last question though is, how can I find more balance and harmony within myself? Now we saw the devil card in reverse here coming up for what will help us. Now let's look what the mind thinks will help us. So how can I find more balance and harmony within myself? So the masculine energy or the mind thinks, well, I just need to open up and express my feelings and emotions, and I need to flow with the emotion of love. And I need to just, be willing to just coast, really, or stop coasting and actually dive in. Just, it's kind of an interesting thing that in the cups, which this is the cups suit in the Pasta Tarot, but in the cups suit, this is about our this is like a more masterful energy because it's a king, whereas this is only a knight. But the knight can express their feelings because they don't have to worry about all this other stuff. They don't have to keep up appearances so that people won't be panicked or whatever. Like, they're not responsible for everyone else's feelings. They're only responsible for their own feelings. So they're able to just go and feel their feelings. So I actually really believe, agree with the mind right now, and the overall energy is we have to get rid of some codependent behavior or some self-indulgent behavior. So I think for some there is perhaps a substance that they're trying to get out of the hold of, but I really think that the deeper energy here is that they're realizing that they're not responsible for other people's feelings. They've had codependent relationships in the past where they have been responsible for someone else's happiness, and they're learning, no, I'm not responsible for other people's feelings. I'm only responsible for my own feelings, and I need to step up and be responsible for those feelings. Now, how does the Divine Feminine feel? We have the Justice card. So how can she find more balance and harmony? She feels correctly also. I actually really like that both masculine and feminine are correct in what they think will help them. She realizes that she needs to, I'm hearing, stop apologizing because she is in her right. In whatever way that her stance or however she feels, the way that she feels is just. She is in her right. And just to know that, I think, to feel validated in that energy is something that will help her feel more balanced and more harmonious. And I think also sometimes we can be right about something and still be in a place where we are forgiving. We don't hold on to the grudge or whatever. We let it go. We accept the truth of something. We understand why it happened. And I feel that energy coming from the feminine heart space. It's a positive thing, but it's also like, I know that I am owed an apology and I will accept it when I receive it. But I require an apology to move forward. That's what I feel. Or I must give an apology. I feel that I must apologize to move forward. But once I have done that, then I will be able to live my most authentic life and find more harmony and balance within myself. Okay, so the final oracle cards that have been staring at me this whole time. The first card that I drew, I'm going to read to you. It is called the Butterfly Effect. So this is giving me this sense of whatever we choose to do, however we use this information from this reading personally, it affects those around us, like the butterfly effect. And to just emphasize that, I pulled another card from the Unlocking the Secret Garden Tarot and just happened to get the card that says Curiosity. And of course, we have here the butterfly. Now, there are a lot of butterflies in this deck, but not every single card has a butterfly. So I felt that transformation energy is coming out loud and clear here. So let's first look at the butterfly effect, number 19, and see what advice this card has for us. It says, what you do today can linger into your tomorrows and perhaps someone else's tomorrows as well. It is like when someone says something negative to you and you carry it through your day and then pass that ick onto someone else. This is why it is important to think before you act. Remember, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Let's do a quick analogy. Someone far away wakes up in the morning and steps on a tack. That puts them in a bloody foul mood, so maybe they get rude with their spouse or partner, setting the tone for the rest of their day. Their partner then goes out into the world to work. They now ruffle those wings, spreading that same poo-poo attitude onto a fellow coworker. That coworker did nothing wrong and has been making a product that is important to something of safety that will be sold all over the world. But instead of quality control, they are blindly doing the job while venting to a coworker. This gizmo then gets packed and shipped with all the other gizmos somewhere halfway across the world. Someone buys it and uses it for, well, you see where this goes and continues to go. Long story short, too late, haha. Are you spreading poop? That's unfortunate because those poop-filled wings just splattered into someone else's day. Stop and consider the consequences of your actions. My one complaint with this book is that they use the word poop way too much. Like, it's really unnecessary. The reverse book, I mean, like, just be a little bit. This is just be a better writer. I'm sorry, be a better writer. Be better. Okay. Reverse. Oh, honey, make a difference. Leave your mark. Toss something wonderful into the day and see where it goes. Just like glitter. Did we cancel glitter yet? Fill your hands with the twinkle, shine, and joy. Then let it go into the wind and fly into the air. Let it touch as many people as possible. Isn't that so much better than slinging caca? Like, seriously, this is not well written. When you're able to put out beauty and share light, it creates a butterfly effect of amazing karma, of smiles, and of pure magic. It gives me this vibe of, like, just trying to be, like, relevant or something, and just, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. But I love the images, and I actually really love the themes as well. So for this card, what I think you're supposed to be most tuned into is that what you're doing personally in your life is having an effect. And also that new moon and Sagittarius energy is like restless and curious and constantly exploring. And constantly exploring causes you to go through transformation, because usually you have to stop what you're doing, end something, start something new. And so there might be a lot of that energy coming through for you right now. Your curiosity in shifting and changing your own energy is affecting the connection overall in a positive way, which I think is really great. So this was a challenging reading. It wasn't the easiest energy to sift through, but I do think it shows progress, awareness, and the outcome for me with the Justice and the Knight of Cups is showing me that I think that despite these fears, despite the ways that you've been a little bit resistant to change, I'm only seeing minor issues. The Two of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles are minor. The Devil card in reverse is the major release that's taking place, but you doing all these little minor things, because the minor things are sandwiched between the two major cards, are what bring about major change. So making minor changes to your life is bringing about major change overall. That's the butterfly effect. And the more curious you are about your triggers, about what's causing you to feel sad, bad, mad, even glad, those triggers, being curious about that, is gathering information that helps you to address these things when they come up, assess what you actually need, and return what it is that you need to yourself, so that you're not dependent upon others for pleasure, happiness, fulfillment, and you rely more upon your own independent energy because you feel perfectly capable. And it doesn't mean that you don't want to be around others, because you do want to connect with others. It just means that you will never be in a situation where them being present and acting a certain way will be a condition of the love relationship you have with them. You will love them regardless of where they are, how they are behaving, or what they are doing. It doesn't mean that you're having unconditional tolerance. If somebody is being, intolerable, you don't tolerate that. You create boundaries, but your love is always there. It's like, I lovingly set this boundary with you because I love myself and I'm respecting myself. So it's those kinds of things that you're going to be focused on or learning. And you may want to set some intentions during the new moon around any of these things that I talked to you today about. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Remember to do all the things like subscribe, share. Please go and click the link in my profile. Please send some love for the holidays, whether that's a small donation, joining as a member, booking a $33 video recorded reading, or private session. I do have 8 openings left for the $100 a month level. Every single member on every single tier has access to the same content, so you can all see all the readings. You can see anything I share with members is shared with everybody, but the discounts are more significant if you end up investing more in my content. And at the $100 level, that does secure you one free session, one free hour-long session with me a month that can be used for a reading. It can be used for a coaching or counseling, intuitive guide session, even music. If you have always wanted to learn to sing or anything like that, you can use that session for anything. So please take advantage of that. I do have 8 slots open because I just opened that at the beginning of Black Friday, and I already have 2 people at that level. So I think I can handle about 8 more before I have to close that, because that's probably how many people I could handle in a week, honestly. So if that sounds interesting to you, please take advantage of that. But thank you so much, and I will see you soon. I will be doing an additional reading, but it will be closer to the end of the week. Take care.